Alright guys, what's going on? Welcome back to some more Ironman. I mistimed that horrendously. That was meant to be a level up at the end of that Guardians of the Rift game, but ended up getting it up a little bit earlier than I anticipated. So, at the end of last video, we ended at the mines of, I don't even know the name of that, Kantorum. That'll be close enough. But today, we are beginning things off at the Guardians of the Rift. I just cannot seem to pull myself away from this place. We're here trying to get ourselves a death talisman. I'm not going to be too sad if I don't get it. Maybe just some abyssal pearls for now will do. But on screen, I want to put on what I've been up to while I pull out some things out of the chests. So, as you can see, we have been in the mines, and in some of the screenshots, I suppose, you might be able to see in my inventory is that there is a significant accumulation of bone shards. So for those unaware, bone shards will give me approximately 5 prayer experience when I redeem them. And now that I have, 136,000, we should have what is precisely required to get to at least 70 prayers. My goal for today is to unlock Piety via getting level 70 prayer and doing the quest required to use it. So I feel like the best place to start will be to do the prereqs. I don't think there will be anything worse than having 70 prayer, but not the ability to use Piety. So that's what I'm going to get started with to start things off today. It feels good to actually play the game again. I have just been suffering away in those mines. It was an interesting place, and to be honest, it's probably not the most efficient thing in the world, but I did enjoy it, and I don't know if I'd do it again, but I guess I'll assess the dopamine levels as I'm redeeming the prayer experience. I guess we can look at the bone shards in the bank. There's that beautiful stack right there. So maybe I don't have all the information to say whether or not it's worth it. Maybe the dopamine spike when I go there will be intense, and it'll be irrefutable that it is a absolutely beastly activity to do. So I'm going to get stuck into some of the King's Ransom prereqs, and I'll report back. I should also say that with the Guardians of the Rift, we've managed to make over 3,000 natures. I was very much trying to just deliberately make as many natures as possible. I'm still falling into the problem that I'm definitely getting way more elemental points than I am getting catalytic, hence the lack of pulls, but I still think I have approximately 150 elemental points. At a certain point, that will tip over, and we'll be able to get all the pulls done, but I'm not too worried about my Guardians of the Rift being mega efficient, as you probably can tell. But yeah, 68 rune crafting, I feel like we're flying through that skill, and I haven't really started to train it. For those unaware, rune crafting, potentially, you know what, I'm going to say it, rune crafting is my favorite skill, and it's definitely one of the easiest things for me to mentally do for long periods of time, which is going to be great. I don't know how efficient in the long run it's going to be that I do prioritize rune crafting, but I think I'm going to definitely dodge a whole lot of annoying side grinds that involve avoiding rune crafting, so I'll be curious to see how I can benefit from it. I think it'll be very good for Barrage Slayer and whatnot, or bursting. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. But the only issue is that I need to do a bunch of quests to unlock death and blood runes. But Morning's End, I was looking at the part 2. The requirements don't seem too heavy, and I think before too long we'll actually get that done. But it is high time I get Shiloh Village complete, and we can get started on King's Ransom. Man, it would have been nice to be able to teleport out of the nature altar from Guardians of the Rift, actually, come to think of it. I don't think there's a way you can kind of disconnect from the Guardians of the Rift realm and then pop out here. That would have been a very handy little shortcut to have access to. There we go, Shiloh Village complete, 3.8k crafting experience. That's not going to do a whole lot. And what that has now unlocked us the ability to do is the privilege of engaging with the King's Ransom. Oh, hold on, silly me. It appears I need to do one small favor before I can get that quest started. Surely that won't take very long. Oh my god. They changed enchanting in the spellbook. You used to be able to at least easily craft a ring and then enchant it before crafting another ring and enchanting. To be like a tryhard, but now there's an extra menu. Oh, it's my ring mold. Fuck, I hate flicking like that. Oh, I always do it. I just like flick to the left for some reason. Whatever I flick to is just gone. Oh, I'm gonna lose it. I just deposited everything for no reason. Okie dokie, that definitely could have gone smoother, but it definitely could have gone worse. I totally forgot that those gems could be crushed, and that I may need to replace them. Fortunately, none of the topazes or anything problematic got crushed, and from the dig site quest I did earlier, I managed to bank a couple of extra opals, I think it was. No, it was jades. So yeah, after the first one broke, I was shitting bricks because that could have meant disaster if that continued to occur. But that was the only one I ended up breaking, and having extras in reserve was very handy. But there is one small favor. That took me 1 hour, 1 minute, and 20 seconds. That was a bit rough, but we can't even use our thing. Oh no, dude, we can't use it on Herblore. I'm definitely going to have to train that. Hopefully these are something that I can bank, but I'd also be surprised if that were the case. So if I can't bank these antique lamps, I'll have to train Herblore, but I guess the moment of truth will arrive upon us temporarily. If we try to bank these, how are we going to go? We cannot bank it. Oh my goodness. Do I have any grimies? Got a little bit of herbs, some Harrowlanders. I think these are from the Perilous Moons, to be honest, but I guess that's what we do now. We try and hit Herblore 30. That's a good way to say that. Use these lamps on Herblore because I feel like it's going to be the skill that definitely is the biggest bottleneck. I think we need 70 for Song of the Elves. I could be wrong, but Herblore is definitely something that I want to prioritize my lamps on. Alright, 29 came pretty easily, although level 30 is going to be a little bit more challenging to obtain, I imagine. I'm pretty much out of resources. I need to make compost potions, I believe, but what is the secondary required for that? Volcanic ash. I think that requires me to go to Fossil Island, and I don't have the kudos for that, so I gotta think of an alternative strategy to cook up to get to 30. Alright, there goes strategy number 1 out the window. It's gonna kill some Chaos Druids for some good old-fashioned herbs, but I think we're gonna have to do some backup strats. I've got 2 options, I believe. I can go to the wilderness and kill Chaos Druids there. I guess I can go to Taverley Dungeon as well, but the third option would be perhaps to kill men in Edgeville. I'll try that out for a little bit. It will be a little slow, but it'll be easy, and I don't know if I trust the wilderness right now. It might be entirely possible to go there without any risk whatsoever, but we only need 1200 experience, so I don't know. I'll do like an inventory of herbs at the men here, see how that goes. Looks like old mate is just trying to splash on them right now. Although, he's AFK. Yeah, we're going to kill some men, try and stock up on as many herbs as possible, and if it feels too slow, I'll probably just go to the wilderness. Alright, so after killing like 7 of them, I can just tell this is going to be too slow. We're going to go to the wildy. I guess I need to pay attention. I don't want to lose, like, my lamps in particular. One little interesting thing too is that the quest, while it is complete, it doesn't say it's complete until I use these lamps. So if I go to perhaps the King's Ransom prerequisite, I can't even, where is K in the alphabet? H-I-J-K. I feel like I can't orient myself in the alphabet unless I say the preceding letters. But yeah, I haven't, according to the game, I still haven't completed one small favor, so that quest is just the quest that keeps on giving, I guess. So yeah, we're going to head off to the underground wilderness. I don't know how dangerous it is there, but I guess I'll bring my attention. That's about it. I was going to say bring a teleport, but I do have one. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. I probably should be bringing some food, but I don't know. To be honest, I think it'll be pretty inactive and dead. And if I do see somebody, I'll pay enough attention to be able to teleport away. That's in theory, at least. Alright, there is my second inventory there, and I just had an idea. Perhaps the Harrowlanders don't exclusively need to be used for compost potions. Turns out I can make regular energy potions. I don't know why that slipped my mind. But yeah, if we make all of our current Harrowlanders into energy pots, I think we will either smash 30 or get close to 31. I don't know. I'm pretty confident we can get all the way. But getting these 2 inventories of herbs was also nice. I was a little bit disappointed though when I went up to the bank here. What I was planning on doing is I'd drop all my herbs off. I'd go bop, 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 bop. And I would grab my battle axe and an attack potion. And I thought, you know what, there's an attack potion with 1 dose. I'm going to grab it. And then I thought, when I looked at my stats, I realized my attack was in the negative. And I'm like, how is this possible? I got an attack pot. Turns out, instead of grabbing an attack pot, I grabbed the 1-dosed ranging potion that I got from Scurrius. So I'm going to mourn the loss of that. I'm going to make some energy potions. I'm not sure where I'm going to get this chocolate dust from, actually. I think because I haven't done any of the recipe for disaster, what I'm going to have to do is go to the gnome stronghold. Having 10 in the bank is nice and everything, but that definitely won't be enough to get to 30 Herblore. So we're going to head off and visit the gnomes, get ourselves 30 Herblore, and then see what these 2 lamps can do for us. I was a little bit worried that not having access to the Lumbridge chest would be a problem, but old mate Hugo here is absolutely stocked to the gills. So all I need to do is world hop a couple of times and I've got myself lots and lots of chocolate. Fortunately enough, I don't need lots and lots, I just need enough to get me to 30. And there it is, 30 Herblore done. Defense potions are great and everything, we can now clean Toadflax, but the main appeal of getting this level is that we can, I guess, complete one small favor. I kind of want to watch this get greenlogged just by using it on Herblore. Very strange, oh my god, 10,000? 30 to 35? I'll have a second one of those, no problemo, give me that. Another 10k, very nice. That's 38, 30 to 38 prayer pots unlocked. That is beautiful. Almost level 39 as well. And even just to boot, we've got one small favor complete. The real one small favor was getting myself 30 Herblore just now. I totally forgot that gave those antique lamps. So we're going to keep chaining this on into more progress. Off to Camelot we go. We're going to get stuck underway into the King's Ransom quest. Hopefully this one takes a little less time than the old one small favor. Plus the additional Herblore grind required. So I'm going to get stuck into that right now. I'm lagging a lot, but I don't think we need to be in the wilderness, so it shouldn't matter too much. But anyway, King's Ransom, come at me, bro. I'm experiencing a little bit of whiplash. That was very fast. Even though I had to go to the Desert Quarry to mine granite, that took 12 minutes total for all of that. King's Ransom complete. We can now access the, what is it called, the thingamajig where you kill the guys, and we can't use this lamp. Oh no, not again. I'm not having a repeat. I'm not getting 50 Herblore before I use this. I gotta think about where to use this EXP lamp. I think it gives you 5,000 experience. Very sad not to put it on Herblore, but I really want to get Piety nice and early. I don't want to delay getting Piety just because I want to get 5,000 Herblore experience, if that makes sense. It might really set me back if I reroute to do that. So can we bank it is the question. My goodness. We might have to be an ultimate Ironman while I think of what to do. But what I need to do right now is gear up in the best gear that I have, which is Void, unfortunately, and kill some of the Knights of the Round Table. This will give us some additional experience and also be the thing that actually unlocks us the ability to use Piety. Acquiring several different attack styles between slash and crush and stab. I don't really have the best options for stab, I suppose, but nothing super optimized. I think my stats should be able to carry me. I don't have any stat restores to my knowledge, so I'm just going to bring a boatload of potions and hope for the best. There is a flinching spot, I believe. I'm just hoping that I can utilize it for each of the, I want to call them brothers, but they're not. They're just knights, innit? But yeah, in any case, we're going to go take on these bad boys, or good boys in this case. Try and unlock ourselves a prayer, but the biggest hurdle I need to cross right now is how the hell do I even find this place that I need to be? Okie dokie, this is, okay, that was the final Knight of the Round Table. That flinching spot, I was trying to demonstrate how useful it is. Oh, I should have read exactly how much experience I just got. But the important thing is I didn't level up. So basically, the Dragon Battle Axe was the only weapon I needed. I could have put all of these in the bank. The Dragon Dagger at the end there could have been useful perhaps, but I ended up just using the Battle Axe special attack for extra strength. And basically, every time the dude would run, he would path down like this, and I would essentially stand on the north or south side and get them to stand on the east. Once they're in that position, you can just flinch them over and over. I'm kind of sad I only got to hit him one time to demonstrate. I'm sure you're all familiar with all of this, but for those who aren't aware, that's how to do it. Not to mention, the access point is in the southwest corner. That was that was the biggest struggle there, but I've forgotten one crucial thing that I need to do this video. We have unlocked the ability to use Piety, but we don't have the prayer level to do it. And under normal circumstances, having 44 prayer and being in this situation would just prompt me to, you know, kill blue dragons or something for days and days and days. We've got a different plan for today, and that is in tying in with how we started the video. I completely forgot that I hadn't actually redeemed any of that. So we're going to head off to Varlamore once again, and we're going to buy a bunch of wines. I think it's going to be the first part of this process. I'm not sure how many wines I'm going to need to buy. But quite a few is my estimation. I still haven't, you know what, we're going to have to go with Slayer on this one. Anything that's over 50, I didn't really have too much to choose from, but there is 52 Slayer, very nice, cooking along nice and strong. The Slayer grind is going to speed up exponentially over time, and we're also nearing 100 quest points, so Barrow's gloves aren't as far away as they may seem, even though I've not been making any deliberate effort to make that happen. I do not have the muscle memory or memory itself to remember what's required for this teleport here. But if we teleport to Varlamore just now, I believe there is a pub very close to the TP location. There's a bank over here. I'm just trying to think what my loop will be. If I come to this pub, there's a unique property in this area. The salesman, whoever it may be, I've not actually been here. The bartender, I suppose, actually has unlimited stock. And this is going to be crucial because we need many, many jugs of wine. Let's swap this left click to buy 10. So yeah, I'm going to be coming back and forth between this pub a lot. Graceful is definitely going to be necessary. And I'm definitely getting value out of this set. I'm glad I ticked it off quickly. Things I could do to speed this up perhaps would be to use the Varlamore TP. That'll get me approximately here. And then I can just run down to the pub as opposed to going back and forth. But for the time being, I am just going to go back and forth until I can think of anything faster than that. I suppose I could use the dueling rings. I've made 3 of them during the one small favor quest. I could teleport to Castle Walls, bank my wines there, and then teleport back to Varlamore. In fact, that's exactly what I'm going to do, because I do believe throughout my star mining, I've acquired many, many emeralds. The only problem is that the gold bar department is a little grim, but I don't think we're going to need too many wines. I'll maybe get 500 or so. So hopefully with 8 teleports per ring, hopefully we have enough, but it doesn't really matter if it doesn't. Worst case scenario, I just run back and forth like I did just then. But yeah, I'm going to get stuck into buying some wines, stock up on about 500, maybe do some research into how many exactly I'll need, but I'll be back once I have some alcohol in my possession. Okie dokie, this will be the last trip that I do. Very nice. I've burnt a lot of my dueling ring charges, so we'll just walk this one back. I had a look at the wiki, and apparently each blessed wine will use approximately 400 shards. It's not approximately, it's specifically 400, I should clarify, which means that I only need to get 340 wines to be completed and have enough alcohol to cover my whole bone shard stack. Hopefully I read everything correctly, but that was very, very simple to do. I don't know if there's faster ways to get wines on an Ironman. I know in Draenor you can buy them, but I think there's like the highest amount of stock I've ever seen in the wine store is like 3 in stock at a time. And this way, I showed you the clip before, the method doesn't require you to world hop. Having an infinite shop is actually amazing. But what is even more amazing is the fact that I get to just burn all of these blessed bone shards in one go. This is going to be the meat and potatoes of the video right now. This has been multiple days in the making, and I cannot wait to redeem all of this. So I haven't done this method before. I'm going to bring teleports just in case I bone it up. If we bring some wines... I don't think I need a chisel. I believe the chisel is required if you're actually converting bones into shards. But seeing as that we mined all of these ourselves, we've got no bones to redeem. If I did have bones to redeem, I could bring them, I suppose. But we've got enough for 70 prayer. If my math is correct, there's no like plugin or anything to like show you how much experience that is. But this is going to be... I've never seen anyone do this. I've gone through the wrong bird. Oh my goodness. As I was saying... I've never seen anyone do this as of when I'm recording this. This is very new content. By the time you see it, the novelty may have worn off, but do I not have access to, like, have I just not done a quest or something? This thing allows you to travel to different areas, but if I just travel, what am I doing? I've done this quest on another account, so like to see this not doing what I want it to do is very maybe they swapped the birds around. Okay. I'm not tripping balls. I think they swapped the birds around. We can go to the Tiamat. I might be going insane. If I need to like read the wiki and see some patch notes, otherwise I might be crazy. If anyone can confirm that I'm not crazy, who played Valamore upon release and noted that those birds got switched, let me know. I could just be crazy. Anyway. This is all we need to do. We need to come here with a full inventory of wine. We come to the top of this altar and bless things. And then from here, all we do is go across to this chapel. And we will be going towards an altar, I believe. There's like a pool of something I need to utilize, I believe. I need to find where that is, actually. I thought it was right here. But yeah, I need to sacrifice these shards somewhere. Actually, no, I think this shrine is to the south of where I need to be. So we will be utilizing this shrine, but first we need to go to this liberation bowl, whatever it's called. Fill it up with a blessed wine, and then we can go ham with sacrificing. So this is just going to be absurd experience. We're starting off with 44 prayer, getting 45 just now. But as you can see, as I click, my prayer points are going down. And when we reach 0 prayer points, we're going to have to run across the street and get our prayer back. So in addition to that, our wines are going to be dropping in quantity, and we're going to need to bank and use more. So I guess the Ferox Enclave, I'm going to have to utilize that a little bit here during this process to restock my wines and also my run energy, which will take a flogging by the looks of things. But anyway, I'm going to sacrifice one more rotation with you guys, and then we are going to go... Wait a minute. I did run out of prayer. Okay, I thought I just charged my prayer points for no reason. This is going to be insane. I might do some speed up footage. I'm not too sure, but I'll be back in a little bit when we're a little bit closer to 70. This is so good, actually. The dopamine's insane. The part of the video where I was like not sure whether or not I'd recommend it, at this point I do. This is crazy. We're going to get from 44 to 70 prayer in a very short period of time. Especially for an Ironman, this just feels insane. So I'll be back in a little bit when we've made some more progress. I was kind of deliberating on whether or not I'd show this footage in the video, but I think considering that I have never seen this before, it's such new content, and you may never have seen it as well, I thought I would include the raw footage of me just smashing out the most prayer experience per hour that I could ever imagine at this stage of an Ironman account. I must say, very, very satisfying experience, and I do really enjoy those sorts of grinds where you spend a lot of time investing into a particular resource, whether it be like pest points or whatever. Like, I love just getting 4,000 pest points and then just clocking in 40 different redemptions of 100 points, get a boatload of experience or whatever. I know that's, you know, psychotic behavior and all that, but I do derive some enjoyment from it. And especially, what was it? Squirking. That was very fun. I did that on my other account, and I got 66 to 99 thieving in 45 minutes. I could also upload that footage at some point, but it's not related to this account, so I'm not sure where I'd fit it into an upload schedule, but I do have that file. But for those who are curious, as I was mining my bone shards to make this process happen, I was getting around 35 to 40,000 experience at my different levels. Obviously, as my mining level increased, so did my experience per hour. And this is just without any prospector, using a rune pickaxe and whatnot, and also banking the calcified deposits. So that would have slowed me down a little bit. But all in all, I think I enjoyed the mining portion of this. I think it took 4 or 5 days, maybe less. I actually don't know. It was such a blur, man. I was just doing so much of it. All these different activities that involve AFKing a lot, such as shooting stars and squirking. I find I have the ability to do it for an extended period of time, because obviously you can multitask things that need to be done. You could be cooking dinner and mining a star at the same time, you know. You can just min-max in that way. Your total efficient hours played doesn't really move a whole bunch, but in the end you get a lot of progress even though you're not paying a lot of attention. And I feel like there's been a lot of different training methods in the recent history of this game that I've enjoyed taking advantage of, at the least. But all in all, I would only recommend this method to you if you enjoy doing things like squirking and whatnot. If you're a fellow squirker, you would enjoy this method, I assume. It's pretty similar, actually, because squirking, you did 2 clicks every minute or two, and this is kind of similar. You click once every minute or so, and then you move on to the next deposit. So I guess that's a good litmus test. Do you enjoy squirking? If so, you might enjoy calcified deposits. But anyway, this is the time lapse over. We'll get back straight into the live commentary and get ourselves 70 prayer. Alright, we're coming up on the final inventory here. I really enjoyed the little loop we have going on. We do about 3 inventories post level 60 prayer, and then we teleport back to the Ferox Enclave, as you would have seen. It's just all the timings are all perfect after 60 prayer, but we don't care about 60 prayer. We just got 70 just like that. That took about 45 minutes, perhaps, about 1 million prayer experience an hour, with banking and whatnot included. I had to pause for a second there because I needed to make some dueling rings, but is that the most efficient thing in the world? Probably not. Is it also incredibly satisfying? Absolutely. So no regrets whatsoever. A very fun way to go from 44 to 70 prayer. That is insanity. But one thing I have forgotten to do is that whilst mining all of these bone shards, I don't think I can bank these blessed wines. You also obtain calcified rocks, I believe these are called. These deposits here. So what I can do with these is go to an anvil and break them all up. I'm not sure if you get anything other than bone shards, but I'm going to do not only using 136,000 bone shards, we're also going to see what we can get from just over 900 calcified deposits. So I'm going to head off to Varrock, the trusty anvil close to the western bank is what is going to be my destination of choice for this. But as I said, I don't know if we get anything outside of, more bone shards from this. Worst case scenario, we get free prayer experience. And even though I'm 70, I wouldn't mind getting it even higher, especially if it comes for free. I guess I'll find out pretty quickly if these were worth banking. But we also did get a bunch of uncut gems. But it looks like we get... It's something in the range between 6 and 15 shards. That could be wrong, but it's close enough to... It might as well be right. So yeah, I'll be back once I have done all of these things. We got a calcified moth. That's what we get. We get teleports. These are like teletabs to Camtorum, I don't know it, but we can left click teleport there with these things here. I guess I'll find out how many I get from 907 calcified deposits. I will be back once they are all smushed up. Although 5, that's looking promising. Okay, so this is the final 8 calcified deposits that we have. An interesting little spread. It's kind of unfortunate you can't bank these blessed wines. I don't really know why that's not allowed. I'm sure there's reasons, but I can't immediately think of them off the top of my head. So out of 907 deposits, we ended up with 6731. That's about an average of 7.4-ish. And coincidentally, my guess between 6 and 15 being the amount of shards you get per deposit, it looks like if we got an average of 7.4, it's heavily skewed towards the bottom, which is disappointing, actually. I thought I'd get way more bone shards than that. But we did get 231 rather, calcified moths. And one thing I saw, it's if we look at my bank value, we've got a GE value at least of 5.2 mil. This is going to inflate that a lot. It's like 2.2 mil. So maybe this is like even half decent for a regular account. I dare say it's not though. Pretty terrible, but I thought that would be interesting. So yes, if my bank value looks impressive at any point, it's just the moths, bro. Don't fret. I'm still very worthless in the GP department. But yeah, that's all of the deposits completed. I guess the moths will be useful for teleporting back if I ever want to AFK something. And I'm really not sure if I'm going to do so. We're currently at 70 prayer, obviously, and it's not until 72 will I receive any benefit, so I'm going to stick at 70 for now. It just looks super ugly being 71 and prayer flicking and whatnot, but we will use these bone shards in the future, just not right now. But speaking of AFK, we're going to use one of these calcified moths. We're going to see exactly where this takes us. That is a cool animation. This is a very nice teleport. Having access to this TP just means that if I ever need to think of what I need to do next, I can just come back here whenever I like, and this is going to be exactly one of those moments, to be honest. But yes, 83 mining this video, 70 prayer, Piety unlocked, almost unlimited teleports back to this place. At the moment, there is a bug, actually. Like, normally, you'd see this and you'd have to world hop because this is insane. This is my favorite place to do this mining. There's a bug in the game currently. I don't know if it's been fixed, but if you hop worlds and you end up mining the water, the oozing water that occurs, there was a bug where you would get like an error message. Not an error message, but it would say like your pickaxe is slipping and there would be like reduced experience doing that. Hopefully that's fixed by now. It's been a couple of days, but I found that I wasn't able to world hop during those moments. So you'd be stuck in these like situations where there's like 3 people in a spot, but if you world hop, you got punished. So from what I can tell, it does look like it's fixed, which is nice. So I guess I'll find a world that doesn't have 2 people here already. But I think that'll calcify deposit. I'm still trying to like deliberate on whether or not it's worth banking these. I guess I could say don't feel too bad if you can't bank them. It's probably good to, you know, bank 100 or 200 just to get a bunch of calcified moths, but the bone shards that you get from them, I'm not sure if it's worth the time that it takes to like run over and bank them, because as you can see, like you get bone shards relatively quickly, but I guess it's just personal preference. It's probably slightly advantageous to bank them, but don't feel like you're missing out on too much if you don't, I suppose. But with that said, I think that's going to be all for today. A lot checked off the list. I think next video I'll try and get a lot more, a couple more 70s on this left column. It's starting to look quite nice. If we just ignore the rest of this, the old Homer Simpson meme with the pegs behind the back, if we ignore the rest of this left column is looking fantastic. But anyway, that's all the time I've got for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.